Hello. This week on Ask a Teacher, we talk about how you can improve your vocabulary. Many VOA Learning English fans write to us with this question. What is the best way to improve my vocabulary? This is a good question, VOA fans. Many learners think the best way to improve their vocabulary is to learn the definition of many words. But this is not necessarily the best way to improve. The best way is to fully know a word. To know a word, we must know its form, meaning, and usage. Today, let's talk about the form of a word. In the coming weeks, we will talk about meaning and usage. The form of a word can relate to how it sounds, is written, and what its parts are. Knowing the sounds of a word includes recognizing it when it is spoken and being able to say it correctly. This includes the individual sounds and also how the sounds may change when people are saying the word quickly. For example, it's nice to meet you. When some people say this sentence at a natural speed, they might make a ch sound at the end of the word meet and the beginning of the word you, although the word's spellings do not suggest this. This sound change does not affect the meaning of the words, but it might cause you trouble when you are trying to understand the sentence. In English, stress is important to the sound of a word, and it can even decide whether a word is a noun or a verb. For example, the word spelled R-E-C-O-R-D can be thought of as two words. When we stress the first part of the word, record, it is a noun. When we stress the second part of the word, record, it is a verb. What appears to be one word is really two parts of speech. This is part of knowing what form a word takes. The form of a word also involves its parts. It is important to recognize the root word in addition to prefixes or suffixes. These are added beginnings or endings which change the meaning of the word's root. For example, knowing that the word addition includes recognizing the verb to add plus the suffix tion, which suggests a state or an action. Knowing the word untrue includes recognizing the base word true and the prefix on, which means not. When we look at English words in this way, we can see that our vocabulary expands by understanding a word's form. As we saw in the word record, the same word can work as two parts of speech. VOA fans, the best way to improve your vocabulary is to really know a word, its form, meaning, and usage, not just a definition. Do you have a question about American English? Send us an email at learningenglish@voanews.com. And that's Ask a Teacher. I'm Gina Bennett. Hello. This week on Ask a Teacher, we continue our answer about the best way to expand your vocabulary. Last week, we said the best way to improve vocabulary is to really know a word. We talked about the form of a word, or how it sounds, is written, and what its parts are. Today, let's talk about the meaning of words. Knowing the meaning of a word seems easy. Translate it into your native language or look up the definition in a dictionary. But to fully know the meaning of a word in English, one definition is often not enough. English words are famous for having more than one definition. For example, look at the word run in these sentences. I'm going to run to the shop. She runs the local bakery. Water was running down the table. All the papers are running the story. The first definition in Merriam-Webster's dictionary for run is to go faster than a walk. That is certainly the meaning of run in the first sentence, but not in the others. When we say she runs the local bakery, we mean she is the person who operates, manages, or owns the shop. We could say water was running down the table or water was flowing down the table. And when all the papers are running the story, they publish it. We also have to know the ideas or feelings that a word suggests to fully understand the meaning of a word. Let's look at the first example with the word run. I'm going to run to the shop. This is different than saying I'm going to go to the shop. The second example simply states that we are going to the shop. But the word run tells that the trip will be fast. When we look at the meaning of English words in this way, we can see that our vocabulary expands by fully understanding a word's meaning. However, we cannot just exchange one word for another without changing the overall meaning of the sentence. So, next week we will take a look at synonyms, or words that have the same or nearly the same meaning. Do you have a question about American English? Send us an email at learningenglish@voanews.com. And that's Ask a Teacher. I'm Gina Bennett.